Good evening, YouTube pipe community. Pipe Poppy 73, Tim here. This would be my way of introducing myself and sharing a box that I got in the mail yesterday. A little bit first, maybe about how I chose the name, the handle that I'm going to go by. Pipes, obviously. I'm a Poppy 3 times over. And in spite of what may appear on your screen right now, 73 does not refer to my age. 1973 was the year I first smoked a pipe. As I recall, it was a corncob, probably Missouri Meerschaum, and something very much like Borkum Riff whiskey was probably in the bowl the first time. I'd like to say pipe smoking runs in my family, but my father was a cigarette smoker who tried a pipe a couple of times and smoked it like a cigarette with predictable results. His father, my grandpa, smoked practically anything that would burn. The fact that sometimes it was in a pipe was just sort of incidental to the fact that he smoked. Cigarettes, pipes, cigars. He was not what I would call a sophisticated smoker. He smoked for the pleasure, obviously, but he didn't have an opportunity to learn about some of the blends like people and we will talk about on on YouTube. I've been kind of lurking for the last 6 weeks or so. Subscribed to a lot of channels. It's nice to find that there is a pipe community. I've pretty much been a community of one for about the last 40 years. And it never occurred to me to check on YouTube to see if there were other people in the world who still smoke pipes. 45 years ago, I worked in a tinderbox, and there were plenty of people smoking pipes then. And once I left that business and sort of got into my career, the number of smokers, pipe smokers particularly, dwindled pretty significantly. So anyway, it's nice to see you guys are out there, and I've been enjoying your channels, and I've been thinking a lot about whether I wanted to do this or not, and I can't tell you how far I'll go with this. It's a little against my nature to sort of throw myself out into public. I tend to be more of an introvert, but I thought, why not, to be sure, in 45 years of pipe smoking, I must have run across something or learned something or experienced something that other people might find interesting. And then there are other things too. If you look on the wall behind me here, I am a landscape painter. And I thought perhaps occasionally I'll take some time to talk a little bit or maybe show some of the paintings that I do. Now that I don't have to work full time anymore, the state and the federal government pay me to stay home. So I indulge myself in my passion for painting and pipe smoking. So anyway, that's enough about me. Let's find out what's in this box. I already know what's in this box because I'm the one that ordered it. But I'm going to open it up and share it with you. It's an order from Pipes and Cigars. Bulk tobacco. As probably all of you know, they've been running their bulkathon for the last, that's my, can you see it? That's what I use to open boxes. And I've always been partial to bulk blends anyway, from way back in my days at the tinderbox. So I thought I would jump on it and get their 15% off and have a chance to try some different things. First up, I don't know whether you'll be able to read this. I'm doing this on my tablet, and it may all come out backwards for all I know. That's what it's looking like, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this is Newminster English Oriental. You'll find as I talk about pipes and tobaccos and stuff that I tend to be the English ones appeal most to me. I don't smoke much in the way of aromatics. And I'm finding that even after all this time of smoking English, even lately my tastes are changing a little more to where I really like the ones that kind of push the Orientals, and even through the bag, I can smell some of those coming through here. I've never smoked New Minster before, so I got 4 ounces of it, and you know, 15% off. If I don't like it, it'll go into my odds and ends jar, and I'll figure out something to do with it. Trust me, it will not go to waste. I don't throw tobacco away. As a matter of fact, even though there's a local, I won't call it a tobacco, well, yeah, they sell tobacco, but it's a cigarette shop that attempted to sell some bulk blends. And anyway, they're eventually going out of business, and their bulk blends have been sitting on a shelf in not really well sealed jars for probably the last year. So I've scooped up some of theirs and brought it home and rehabilitated it at a very decent price, less than half of what you would pay per ounce on any place you would find on the internet. And so far, that seems to be working pretty well. This one is My Mixture 965, which, you know, Pipes and Cigars has a number of match blends. I think they're predominantly produced by Sutliff. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't know that for sure. But that's, you know, their interpretation. I've smoked some other Sutliff matches, and they can use whatever terminology they want. My thinking is would be better described as their interpretation rather than their match. And they've been good blends. I mean, I'm not complaining about the quality of the blend. It's just doesn't really match what they say it's supposed to. Then I got some Camoys Cask 11. Been wanting to try some of that for a while. Again, English blend. Oh yeah, I can smell the Latakia through the bag here. Yeah, good stuff. And Peter Stokkebye Turkish pipe tobacco. I can't remember precisely what I had in mind when I decided to get this, but I think probably to blend it. Occasionally I like to play around. I pretty much am content to leave good pipe tobacco to the experts, but I do like to. I've got some Latakia and some Izmir and some Turkish now, and a little bit of Perique and a couple other things on the shelf up here, just because I like to try and be creative, if you want to call it that. And then the last thing I have is I have 8 ounces of something I've already been smoking, Sutliff Balkan 2. Very much an Oriental forward sort of English blend. It's been a long time since I smoked any Balkan Sasini or Balkan Sobrani, but it reminds me, it puts me in mind of those blends with how they push the Orientals up front on this particular blend. Very good blend, very smooth, very rich, and just thoroughly enjoyable for me at any time of day. I mean, there have been mornings when that's been my first pipe of the morning, and been thoroughly enjoyable with a cup of coffee. So anyway, that's 8.5 minutes, and that's probably plenty long. I need to get on these and get these put up in some mason jars so they can go on the shelf. Get them out of their plastic bags. I left them in the box and in the bag so I could do the opening when I made this video. And anyway, I appreciate you taking the time to look at me and listen to me. Like I said, I'm not promising myself how much of this I'll do, but certainly I'm going to keep watching you folks, guys and gals, and enjoying the stuff that you bring to the table. And thanks a lot for being with me for a while. Appreciate it. Bye.